Florida had its largest fish kill in over 15 years due to the historically low temperatures, and I set out on a mission to document it and talk about the repercussions. What is up, guys? Welcome back to a not so happy episode of A Ben's Fishing. Today I set out on a mission to document the unprecedented fish kill of 2026. Florida experienced record-breaking temperatures. We had an Arctic freeze, and in my home waters, we experienced air temps that were 26 degrees with a feels-like temperature of 12 degrees. All over the eastern coast of Florida, there was unprecedented single-digit feels-like temperatures. There was unprecedented freezing air temperatures, and if you know anything about our Florida fish, they are tropical fish and they cannot handle cold water temperatures, particularly snook, tarpon, and trout, and unfortunately, a lot of them are not doing so well, guys. This video is an educational video to try to help raise awareness for the fact that fish need help, and if you're a fisherman this season, you need to be more ethical than ever. You need to handle fish properly and with care, and if you'd like, it'd be wise to not keep any snook. I've seen a lot of snook upside down. I've seen a lot of snook struggling for their life as we go through these areas and I show you what I've seen. I'm going to be discussing why it's happening and what's happening, but this is really just a call to action to any anglers that watch this channel. Be ethical. These fish need it. This is the most unprecedented fish kill in 15 years, and it's worse than we think. A lot of these fish are at the bottom, and we can't even see the damage. I'm just walking creeks right now. If I took my boat out and documented it, it would be even worse. And guys, I'm in an area that a lot of them didn't die. I'm gonna be overlaying footage, hopefully, that I can get from different areas in the state, but it is very bad. And again, this is a not so happy episode, but I'm gonna go on and just document, so let's go take a look at what I'm finding. So the first thing we're gonna do is look at this tiny little creek behind me. So this is just a little area, and as you can see, well, I'm gonna show you in a second, there's a ton of snook here that are so lethargic I could literally grab them. Now it's unethical to do that, so I'm not gonna be grabbing these fish for you, but I could tell you just by watching them for the last 30 minutes, they go upside down, they go on their sides, they're hanging on by a thread, guys. So if you know where this is, do not come fish for them for a little bit. Give them some time to disperse and warm up, but this is just one of the after effects. These fish are lazy, they're not eating, and it's not good for their overall health, and that's just the ones that we can see. So let's go into this creek and let's show you what's going on. So guys, I'm using my glasses to get you guys some polarization, but check this out. Ready? Hang on. Look how many there are. Look how many there are, guys. I'm using my glasses for polarization, and I hope you can see. Obviously this is not ideal, but there's dozens of giant snook. I'll try to get closer, but they might disperse a little. But these fish were upside down for a little bit, and now they're kind of coming to. But the more you sit here and watch, we'll come back to this spot because they come right up to the shoreline here. They're just super lethargic. So many of them were upside down. I mean, it's really bad. I got some other videos that I could overlay, but it's definitely not looking good for them. I'm keeping it stupid simple, and I'm using my phone to kind of walk around and show you, because this isn't, I'm not trying to like create some fancy video. I literally just want to raise awareness for anglers in the state to just be as more ethical than ever if you're fishing. But yeah, check this out, guys. There's a ton of dead tarpon over here. It's so sad. Some of them are half dead and floating. I'll see if I can get them on video. If not, I'll throw the drone up, but it's really sad. It's hard to get these shots because a lot of them have been pushed into these creeks, but I'm gonna do my best to show you. So very difficult to see, but in that corner back there, see if we can zoom in, that's a tarpon fighting for its life. There's two tarpon in the mangroves that are back there. There's another little one right there. There's one back here. Again, this is just a tiny creek. There's another one in this corner over here. Let's see if we can see it. And then at the bottom, there's several that I know you can't see without glasses, but there's so many. There's also a bunch that are like half alive that are just trying to swim. Continue to document this. I'm just gonna keep, showing you different things. Like, look, I walked up to this spot. I'm gonna flip the camera and you're gonna see there's another dead snook. That's another decent dead snook. And so from what I understand, when they initially die, it takes them a little bit until they float up. So a lot of the deceased are probably at the bottom, and then as they decay, they'll come towards the top. Guys, this isn't just my local waters that were affected. you know, hopefully at this point I've acquired the footage to share with you, but I've had so many people send me footage, and I just want to show you the extent of the damage in different towns and different areas of Florida. The reach is far beyond our home waters if you're local, and it's all over the state, especially up towards NSB, New Smyrna Beach, Jacksonville. The snook population is decimated. They were just finally starting to get snook. Like I said, it's unprecedented. So wherever you live in the state, definitely just be active about how you handle fish. But I mean, just look at all this. Anglers have a great reputation for being stewards of the water and for being conservationists. And this is a time where you can really practice that, because these fish need care and safe handling. That doesn't mean don't ever fish for them again. I'm going to keep making fishing videos and fish for them. I'm going to give them a week or two till the air temps warm up. But then if you do catch a tarpon, even a juvenile, try not to hold it out of the water for too long. Try not to use trebles on them. If you're catching snook, and you know, I advise that you don't keep any personally, but if you're keeping them, you know, try to limit your intake to like one every other week or something, and just be mindful of the fact that these fish just went through an unprecedented event, and as anglers, we have the responsibility to help the future of our fisheries. I'm gonna continue moving around to different spots to try to just highlight the impact. But again, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, oh, those snook are still alive, or oh, it's not that bad, just be mindful of the fact that I'm in one tiny little area, and just going to like 3 openings in these creeks, it's this bad. So now just imagine all the areas that you're not seeing by boat, all the residential canals and all the other stuff. It's really bad, guys, because if it wasn't bad, then I wouldn't see any of this, especially here in this spot. Guys, this is insane, genuinely unprecedented. It's honestly tough to take in. You know, Florida is such a beautiful place. We're so blessed to have all of these mangrove sanctuaries and all these estuaries for all these fish. It's the fishing capital of the world. But when, you know, the climate is unprecedented and it gets to 20 degrees, it's a tropical climate, this is the result. And unfortunately, I'm here just to tell you, as anglers, it's genuinely our job now to make sure that the restoration is successful and that we do our due diligence in helping these populations come back. Because it's so hard to document with the camera gear that I brought. So to preface this video a little bit, I didn't expect to see all this. I honestly didn't think it would be this bad. I'm actually a little shocked. So coming out here and seeing all this has been really eye-opening. I didn't bring like drones and fancy camera equipment to do this, but I just felt a responsibility to just utilize my platform to educate people on just how bad that this has been and what we can do as anglers to help with the restoration process. So let's keep going. We're gonna move to a new spot and see if we find more stuff. It's crazy, man. Guys, check out this little opening. I found a dead mohara here. You probably can't see it. And a little baby dead tarpon right here. Just a little guy. And then right behind him, big brother. Just dead, dude. They're freezing, guys. This water's just freezing, dude. It's so sad, man. So guys, check this out. Hard to see, but there's a little teeny juvenile tarpon floating right there. He's not dead yet. He's trying to kick upside down, but I mean, he's not gonna make it. I mean, it's like I said, it's really hard to see. But this is horrible, man. This is horrible. So I'm at another little opening. It's these little T docks that we have. And every time I come out here, I keep saying it, more dead fish. Hard for you to see, but I'm gonna do my best to show you. I'm even seeing dead needlefish. There's a really good tarpon over here that unfortunately is deceased. A lot of them don't float. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they float after they've been deceased for a while, but let's see if I could put my glasses over. There he is. Another one. And then we've got more back there in the corner. Again, obviously it's very difficult to see these things, but I'm just trying to utilize my platform to advocate for safe fish handling and bring awareness. I'm looking at 4 more dead tarpon. I mean, they're all over, guys. It's horrible. POV for you guys. It's important to note I'm not documenting every little thing, but like as I walk in here, every one of these little openings into the back canals is filled with just spots that I couldn't show you without the proper camera equipment of dead fish on the bottom. I mean, it'd be impossible to show you, so just take my word for it. there are dozens of dead snook and tarpon in every single one of these little spots. Part of what happened in this specific area was we had negative low tides because it happened to line up with a full moon during this cold snap. And I bet you a lot of these fish got stuck back here and they just couldn't escape. But I mean, a lot of these fish represent the juvenile populations, you know, in our estuaries, and that's the future of the fishery. So them passing away is horrible. I mean, it's every time I go to one of these, I find more snook and more tarpon. I haven't found any redfish, trout, but we don't have that many down here. I know up north, a lot of the trout passed. I believe redfish are much more resilient. I'm not a marine biologist. I'm a lifetime angler. I'm 32 years old and I've been fishing since I've been really fishing since I was 12. So 20 years, but literally every single one of these has dead mohara, dead snook, dead tarpon, dead pinfish. And I've seen zero mullet, which is kind of a good sign that at least the main forage for the predatory species seems to have stuck it out. Mullet can withhold much colder temperatures, but this is Florida nature, and it's horrible what I'm seeing, man. It's really, really heart-wrenching if you're an angler and you genuinely care about the future of our sport and the thing that we all love so much. Here we are on another dock. It's beautiful out here, by the way. And there's just more dead fish, guys. I'm trying to show you as much as I can, but I'm gonna conclude this video shortly, but I'll show you one. Like, there's a really good dead snook over here. I don't know if you could see it. He's just way over there. I'll try to zoom in. And then there's another couple that are dead in the water over here. Try to walk up to them. A lot of them are tucked away. Like, I've had to like really look to find these fish. But the intention of this video was not at all to get views, to be formally edited, to be anything fancy. The intention of this video was to utilize my platform to bring awareness and to educate people that fish, that we have a responsibility as anglers to be more ethical than ever and to help the restoration process, because regardless of what people say, this was a bad fish kill. I've had people telling me, oh, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. You have to keep in mind, I am walking around little creeks, okay? I am walking around little creeks. What if I flew my drone? What if I took my boat out? My drone is broken. What if I, you know, went deeper into canals and estuaries? You can't see the effects of this because so many of them are at the bottom of deeper waters. So many of them are in places that we're not going to access before it's too late because other stuff eats it or they decompose. It's definitely further than what meets the eye. And anyone telling you otherwise is either just fooling themselves or, I don't know, it's not good. And I'm not saying this is all doom and gloom. I'm not saying, you know, don't fish. I'm gonna fish. I'm totally gonna fish. I'm just saying when you fish, just be smarter about how you fish. You know, if you have a big snook, keep it out of the water for shorter periods of times. Don't hold it vertically. If you catch a tarpon boat side, you know, and it's over 40 inches, don't take it out. If it's under 40 inches, be very quick with how you dehook it. Be mindful of what kind of lures you're using. Be mindful of, you know, the baits you're using. Try not to let fish swallow hooks. Try not to use light tackle and get snagged in bridges and docks. Try to take every opportunity that you can to be a better angler, because those things make a difference, particularly for snook. There's no commercial season on snook. It's just recreational. So if you as a snook angler, you know, are breaking off because you have a 2K or a 3K and you're fishing docks with croakers or whatever it is that you're doing, you know, every time you do that, you could be harming the snook, especially when they've already taken an unprecedented hit to their population. That is the sole purpose of this video. There's no other purpose. Just utilize my platform as a lifelong snook angler and Florida fisherman to just bring awareness to the fact that we can make a difference as anglers by being better anglers. So yeah, guys, I appreciate the view if you stopped in. I'm sorry that it seemed doom and gloom. If you're visiting Florida, hire a guide, enjoy the fishery, enjoy what we have to offer. More than ever, charter captains are going to be a great resource to utilize because they're going to know where to go fish, where the populations haven't been decimated. They're going to know how to fish, you know, efficiently, ethically. So come out, come to Florida, fish, enjoy everything that we have to offer. But if you're, you know, a seasoned angler like myself and you watch the content, it's our responsibility to just do everything that we can to just make sure we help the restoration process and be the best anglers that we can be. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. And again, I apologize if it was a little bit gloomy, but it is what it is.